watching some storms potentially headed to us.
Yeah, moving into our area, we have our own storm system that's going to swing in a cold front. It will bring a risk for severe weather for some, and that's really going to be for the second half of tomorrow, more in the evening hours. So most of your day is looking great. However, as you can hear me, and I'm sure a lot of people at home.
I've got it too.
A lot of people at home are suffering right along with me. Fall allergies. The pollen count for weeds is going to be high. It was high today. It will continue to be high tomorrow. Thankfully, we have some rain that will be moving on in, which will help knock down those counts just a little bit. But right now, we're dealing with a lot of that sunshine, a few of those high-level clouds. It did warm up into the 80s today. 81, dew points not overly crazy in the 60s, so feeling slightly humid. Winds out of the southwest about 14 miles per hour, so definitely a decent breeze. Satellite temperatures across the area: Greencastle 79 right now, 83 in Lafayette, 82 in Columbus, with a few of those scattered cumulus clouds, but really going to be a great night for the Indians game for the Jurassic Ballpark night. First pitch 6:35, so that's getting ready to be underway, and we're going to be dealing with a lot of that sunshine, a few clouds starting off the game in those 80s and then cooling down into the 70s. So definitely going to be a warm evening, and it's going to be a mild start tomorrow, starting off in the 60s, but we're going to be able to warm back up into those middle 80s the second half of the day. And especially as we roll into tomorrow evening, the chance for storms is going to increase. We are watching out to our west some storms that are diving or moving out of Iowa and into Illinois. Depending on how well they hold together, we are expecting them to kind of decrease in the intensity tomorrow morning, kind of run out of steam. But once we kind of kick in some of that daytime heating, some of those storms could redevelop and impacting parts of central Indiana, especially for western Indiana during the afternoon. Maybe one or two of those thunderstorms, but as the cold front gets a little bit closer to our area Sunday night, especially after 10 o'clock, our chance for thunderstorms actually is going to increase. Now, if we see a little bit more widespread thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, this will actually decrease a little bit and decrease our risk for severe weather. But really, that cold front is expected to bring some of those storms overnight into the first part on Monday. So we have that risk for severe weather, especially for western Indiana, and that includes Greencastle, Martinsville, Indianapolis. A little farther to the east, that risk will decrease just a little bit. And really, all threats are on the table, especially farther west through Illinois and clipping parts of Indiana. So especially for high winds and hail, we can't rule out an isolated tornado. Also, a few heavy downpours could lead to some isolated flash flooding. So 7-day forecast will be watching for those storms to develop tomorrow afternoon and especially through the evening. But for the first half of tomorrow, we are expecting it to be dry, which will allow those temperatures to warm up to a high of 86. Some morning storms on Monday, high of 83. Our temperatures are going to bounce back on up, really heating up for Tuesday and Wednesday, right around 90. But don't worry, first day of fall on Thursday, and we're going to be dropping back down into the 70s.